Hi Libra, welcome to the full moon in Sagittarius reading from May 23rd, 2024. Full moons close out cycles. The direction that your reading is going in is number 3, spirit, intuition, manifestation. 3 is a creative number. It's the creation, it's the Trinity, right? So it's creative principle. You could have very good intuition. And if you are trying to create something new at this time, start something new, even though it is a full moon, you may get inklings of how to do it, where to go, who to meet, what direction to walk in, that kind of thing. And you can be trying to manifest something at this time, like I said, but you should have good intuition or good foreknowing of some information for you. And pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts when you're taking a shower. Water sometimes has that effect of showing you things. Information can come up around that time. But I do think there's something being creative here, especially with that number 3. So that's the direction the reading is going in. Let's have a look at your columns. The first column here is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon, or if you're closing out a cycle right now consciously, you know what you're closing out or finishing up. The third column is you, what you're doing, what you're thinking, how you're behaving in regards to this situation. Okay. And the last column is probable outcome. Again, probable because some things we can change when we have information or more information, which is why we watch these videos to begin with. But some things we are meant to experience. However, it's always for our own growth. So we can keep that in mind. It makes things easier when there are difficult things that we have to deal with. Okay. Let's get started. Okay, you have 2 4s on either side. When I have that, I'm always asked to look at the center card and to really concentrate on that. However, I'm going to give you the information, but that means it puts emphasis on this middle row, or at least the death card, which is a good card. It's transformation. Something's been pretty dissatisfying at this time. Maybe you're a little bit bored. This is a deep emotional dissatisfaction. The 3 cups indicate 3 different situations or things prior to this that didn't quite go your way or weren't as fulfilling as you hoped they would be, didn't work out the way you wanted them to. It can also be the 3 cups prior to this where there was a party, right? The joy of life, the 3 of cups, the muses, something that inspired. But again, it didn't go the way you wanted it to because you're kind of a little bit bored or dissatisfied. But you're being offered something new. And this cup says, fill this up with what you want, with what makes you happy. The problem with this card is that sometimes we can get into a bit of a moody state because this is the moon in Cancer. We can get into a bit of a mood, so we may not see this opportunity. We may not, we may miss it if we're just in our emotions and not looking at what is being offered at this time, or ignoring it, or just, being a little bit cranky or crabby about it. I think it's a little bit more than that, though, with the 9 of Swords, because the 9 of Swords is a card of allowing a thought to get away from you. It creates a life of its own. It creates a story of its own. And we can sometimes believe what we are experiencing, which is not true at all. So this card also says, get out of your head. Go do something different. Go do something physical. And that can be something as mundane as, I don't know, dishes, vacuuming, cleaning out the garage, doing some yard work, gardening, that sort of thing. But the idea here is to get out of your head. It's under a blanket of stars, so the planetary actions could have something to do with what's happening, and so you know that this too shall pass, as the planets do. But this is overthinking something, and it is over worry. And the problem is that we may be worrying about something, but it may not be true at all. And it's certainly probably not as far as we expect or think that it will go. I mean, there can be problems and things to worry about, but we're letting a thought get away from us and create its own sort of situation. Okay, you have the Three of Swords with that. I do feel you can be quite emotional at this time. There may be some physical health situations to deal with, or you're worried about somebody else. Perhaps you are grieving. I don't see the grief card. That would be the Five of Cups, but we do have the Death card here. So there could be a loved one that had passed that you think about, that you're worried about, but it could also be that things have changed very much for you and you're missing the scenario, the person, the situation, whatever it is that is transforming at this time. Because for me, the Three of Swords, the cut has already been made with the Two of Swords. And so the Three of Swords is kind of feeling the aftermath of something. But it's also, once we come to terms with things, it's renewal, it's rebuilding, it's restructuring. Because remember, 3 is a creative number. And I do have the feeling that the focus is on transformation here. Things that are changing, maybe things that you wish hadn't. Or we are closing out this cycle of difficulty, of over-exhaustion, right? For some people, this can be bad weather that may have caused situations that were not to our liking. So you could have had bad weather conditions that would have created some difficulty in your life. But this card is giving you the opportunity for something new here. And you're going to take it and you're going to change the situation with it. The Death card is transformation. And it's unavoidable. The Knight of Cups, however, that's a whole nother story because we are moving towards something better. This is, in a way, I mean, how I'm reading it, is accepting this. So you are going to see this new situation and you're going to take it and you're going to move forward with it. The Knight of Cups is about enjoying life, finding some pleasure. It is an offer of love, of emotional fulfillment, of enjoyment, like I said. And the two horses for me, really, because they're both there in both of these cards. White is about purification. And also, it's open possibilities, right? White is all the colors, everything inclusive. So there are good possibilities here for you. And this is nice because, again, we have manifestation here. So we are changing something up. We are moving forward and away from some difficult emotional and mental situations. And maybe hoping to look for something more pleasant. Well, here's the grieving card. 5 of Cups. And it is, here's the three cups, right, that have spilt. The things that didn't work out. And you're being asked to pivot. And I think not only are you pivoting, but both of these cards, both horses are moving away from this situation. And so this card asks you to see what is still good, what is still standing in your situation. It is the grieving card, and grief is part of the scenario. It's part of the situation. However, staying in this, right? It's like a stage. You have the 5 stages of grief, and so it is part of the grieving process. But staying in it too long can cause depression. That's the wisdom of this card. And so you are being asked to pivot and see what is still good in your life and to put your attention on that. And it seems to me like now is the time to do that with that Knight of Cups. Now is the time that you're going to go forward. Now remember, I have the 2 4s here on either side, so transformation is really important here. Things are transforming for you. They're changing. And I think from this scenario, that's a very positive situation. Now the Emperor card is a father figure. He's authority. And we may be moving in that direction, maybe building something strong, taking this opportunity and building good, strong foundations. The Emperor can rule with an iron fist, or he can make rules and regulations that are good for everyone involved. So hopefully you go in that direction. And I do say that because the Strength card is taming the beast within, right? So egoic energies, as it is associated with Leo. And Leo is the solar plexus, right? Your willpower. And so courage may be necessary here with the Strength card. But it can also be healing, right? Healing from the situation that we see that we are closing out in the past. Let's get one more card for that. Nice. You have the Nine of Pentacles. So there's this kind of independent energy with the Nine of Pentacles. It's Venus in Virgo, and it's really kind of dealing with the practical things in life. But this is somebody who, through their own hard work, creates a beautiful, luxurious life for themselves, right? Virgo would tend to save money or take care of the smaller details and that sort of thing. So we may be thinking about our legacy, what we leave behind. This can sometimes be inheritance, so perhaps an authority figure, a father figure has left us some inheritance. If this scenario is about someone who you've recently lost or who previously passed, maybe now the time is that there is some financial situation coming your way. It's also really kind of, this is legacy, right? So what do we want to leave behind? Maybe after a scenario like this, we think, what is important? How do I want to be known when I'm gone? That kind of energy. What does Spirit want you to know? You have wisdom. Act with wisdom and people will respect you. Now it would go well with the Emperor, because the Emperor is knowledgeable and wise when he creates rules and regulations for everyone involved, for the good of everyone. That would be wisdom. Okay? Well, I hope this has been helpful. It can be quite specific to a few people, but I think you can glean the wisdom from the cards, as I do try to keep it quite general so that you have that ability. Thank you for listening. Take good care. I will return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. And thank you again. Be well. Bye for now.